Between branch and college, what should we choose?
No doubt about it. Absolutely branch.
OBGYN is considered to be a predominantly a female-oriented branch. Male gynecologist. So, was there any kind of hesitation? Does rural India accept a male gynecologist?
Frankly speaking, I had gone to CMC Vellore. I was an interview. I was the only male. There were 20 candidates. 19 were female.
Give me 3 pros and cons of being an OBGYN specialist.
Women, they are not heard so much. This field requires lot of empathy, lot of compassion.
Is the job opportunity in the field of IVF currently? Anyone from your field who has crossed the figure of 1 crore per month? We are building India's largest community of medicos, and thank you, each one of you, for making it a possibility. Guys, before I move forward and I tell you about the amazing guest that we have today. Now, Obs and Gynae, we all know it's an amazing branch. We all know it's a female-dominated branch. And to break that myth, I have the perfect guest for you. He's an MS OB-GYN, he's a DNB OB-GYN, he's an FCPS graduate. He has been a leading gynecologist, obstetrician and an infertility specialist of India for last 18 years. He's one of the leading gynecologists in the area of Mumbai. He has been a teacher, an educator, a mentor in this field for last 20 years now. I think we all know who we are talking about. Let's put a huge round of applause and let's welcome Dr. Punit Bhojani, sir. Welcome, Dr. Bhojani, sir, to the Nachiket Bhatia Show.
Thank you very much for having me here. Pleasure is absolutely mine and looking forward to the podcast.
Sir, OBS-GYN is one of the most brightest branches in the whole, medical field. So we are going to discuss in detail about everything about OBS-GYN with you. But before that, I would like to know everything about you. So what was your personal journey? How did you get into the field of MBBS, then choosing OBS-GYN as your field, and then becoming a clinician and an educator? How did that all happen?
So I always wanted to be a doctor. So right from I think 5th, 6th standard, 7th standard, that preparation had started and medicine was the only goal. I'm the first doctor in my family. So doctor banna tha, so that then, and when I entered into MBBS, the surprising thing is I had a very lot of fascination for psychiatry branch. So I thought, it's good, let me become a psychiatrist. That was when I entered first MBBS. But the day, I think it was 2nd year when the postings are there and we were posted in the labor ward and I saw a delivery happening. And that was the time, right in 2nd MBBS, I decided, if I have to do branch karna hai, it has to be OBGYN, nothing else. So right from 2nd year onwards, it was absolutely crystal clear in my mind mein, yes, I have to be a obstetrician and gynecologist. And so that right from early days, I was very much inclined to OBGYN. Seeing that whole labor and delivery and that process fascinated me so much that yes, I have to do this branch.
So I think the obvious question would be, since you are a male gynecologist, so was there any kind of hesitation considering the fact that OBS-GYN is considered to be a predominantly a female-oriented branch?
No, frankly speaking, I'll be very frank, Dr. Nachiket, kaisa tha? How is it that at few centers, I'll tell you, I had gone to CMC Vellore. I was getting a diploma over there. And after clearing the paper, there's a interview. I was the only male. There were 20 candidates. 19 were females. I was the only male. And they asked me the same thing. You being a male, why do you want to come into gynac? But frankly, touch wood, there has been no discrimination as such. In fact, in certain cities outside where Bombay, where I practice, it's a male dominant. Even some Delhi, male gynacs. Calcutta is a lot of male dominant gynac. So yes, I don't think, yes, initially patients do have hesitation, but I'll tell that was very early in my practice. Frankly, till now, touch wood, out of 100 patients, one would have told me, frankly, doctor, frankly, you are a good doctor, but we are a little bit shy or hesitant to come to you. So, and that also was very early of my practice. So now once you are a good practicing senior doctor, that male-female branch ka itna hota nahi hai. And once the patient is comfortable, then they are ready to come down with all the history and absolutely comfortable with a male gynecologist also.
Boss, being in the field for almost 20 years now, if you had to go back and choose a PG branch again, would you still choose OBS-GYN?
100%. PG, OBGYN for life, this life, next life, all the life to come. OBGYN.
You're so full of optimism regarding this branch. Yes. So let me ask you this. Give me 3 pros and cons. You have to give the 3 pros and 3 cons also of being an OB-GYN specialist?
So see, pros, it's a wonderful branch. First of all, women, they are not heard so much. So women, they want to have their inner feelings out and they want to talk to the doctor. So it's such a wonderful branch. It's a joy giving birth, and then you're a generational doctors. Now, what deliveries I had done, say 2008, 2009, those girls have now become teenagers and they're coming to me for their advices. And then hopefully then in the next generation, they are going to become pregnant. So that's why that's called the generation doctors. So there is many senior doctors, they're first generation, second generation, third generation. Whole family is delivered by them, the whole family tree. So the joy of assisting a lady in the birth or the joy of overall is excellent. So that I would say pros, and it's a very, the patients are thankful for you for the rest of the life. They're going to remember you for the lifelong. So I get invitations for their first birthday when the babies are born, second birthday, sir, आपको आना ही है, आपके बगैर केक कट नहीं होगा, आना ही है. So this kind of joy and emotion, I don't think any other branch would get it. So that's a real big plus. Other plus, of course, fame, income, all that is side by side. That is, as I said, is a byproduct. You be good in your work, things are going to fall in place. Be very true to your patient. Be very sincere in your work. Absolute dedication. Things will fall into place. So these are all the pros. Cons may, of course, difficult hai, emergency branch hai. Like even when I'm over here, constantly there were phones of the patient coming before that, and I have kept somebody in my place to look after somebody. So look after when I'm over here. So cons may, it's you have to be on your toes constantly. Night sleep. You might have to forgo or give away the night sleep. If any emergency, you have to be there. So it's a demanding branch. But nowadays things are changing. You can choose which subspecialty to be in and all that, so that the emergency heavy is not so much. But that was the biggest con would be that yes, you have to be there available for the patient around the clock. That's one thing. And second thing is that suddenly patients are not, I'll just give an example. In medicine, the patient or surgery, road traffic, patient is already bad. So doctor can say, this is really a tough, or it's like a cancer. If this is a tough thing, patient may not survive. Doctor can say on the face of the patient. Now here, it's a simple physiological thing. Lady is becoming pregnant and coming to us. So suddenly when complications happen, but as you know, it's called obstetrics is the bloody branch. That is what is taught to us in our this. So suddenly a simple case can become complicated anytime, and then having the complications and dealing with it is a very big challenge. So that's really one of the big disadvantage, because because everybody expects that child birth होता, delivery तो घर पे भी होता है, गांव में भी होता है, doctor के पास आए कुछ complication हो गया. So that mindset people need to understand that labor, childbirth, birthing, all this can become, it's a physiological process. Pathology can set in any time without any expectations or without any anticipation. There can be problems. So this, I think, is the biggest drawback.
Sir, I have heard this statement from many young doctors that OBS-GYN is becoming saturated in, especially in the tier 1 cities. Now, is that statement true?
I don't think so. The way India ka population hai, okay, even during COVID, deliveries didn't stop. Okay, other branches, the people are really postponing elective surgeries and other things. But I don't think it's becoming saturation. There are lots of, the good part is lots of subspecialties coming into OB-GYN now. So you can choose to either do only fetal medicine, which is a very niche branch, IVF, I'm sure. So it's a very, what do you call it? Lots of subspecialties are developing into OB-GYN. Some people who do only oncology, only gynecology, infert, fetal medicine, only sonography scans. So saturation-wise, I don't think in the population of India, the way it is, in fact, there is always going to be a shortage of doctors, I would say, specifically OB-GYNs, good OB-GYNs.
Sir, if you have to list down the subspecialties, how would you categorize them, and how would you rank the best one you think going down?
So see, first, obviously, anybody will have the basic OB-GYN training, which is 3 years. During those 3 years, you learn little of everything. Focus is mainly on proper obstetrics and gynecology. Then, when you finish it, there are multiple other subspecialties which you should develop. One major chunk is the ultrasonography, scans, sonography. That, if interests you, you can go into fetal medicine. It's a very upcoming branch, very nice branch, and lots of problems are there. Lots of things can be today detected antenatally, treatment can be given, proper guidance can be given. So fetal medicine is a very good branch to have. Of course, infertility is going to rise. Infertility is increasing. Females are getting married late. Sperm count is dropping without any reason. Healthy young men walking into the clinic, Sir, I'm not smoking, I'm not alcoholic still. I said the pollution, the air what we are breathing in. That's what I asked him, sir, I'm neither a smoker, I'm not an alcoholic, why my sperm count is so low? So infertility is on the rise, infertility is going to increase. So that's one IVF where you can become a dedicated infertility specialist and go into IVF. Then there is laparoscopic and endoscopic surgeons. Today we do the laparoscopic surgeries. And then last part again, which is the oncology. So these are the broad thing. And then of course there are some other minor specialties like say urogynecology. You want to deal only with urology problems in gynac. So these are the 3 to 4 main broad subspecialties which are there in this OBGYN branch.
I have a complaint. 90% of you have still not subscribed to the channel. So before moving forward, please go ahead, press the subscribe button and click the bell icon. 10 years down the line, post 10 years, which specialty do you think out of all these that you have, just categorized, which one do you think will have the best future?
So see, as I said, obstetrician will always be relevant. Robots will, even if they are there, for delivery, obstetrician will be required. So obstetrics is of course going to be there. People are going to give birth and population is increasing. So obstetrics will remain very much relevant. And as I said, infertility is already up, and 10 years down the line, there will be many more IVF centers and many more infertility work. And unfortunately, even cancers are rising. So all these things are really going to require doctors, good doctors. Even fetal medicine, as I said, lot of people want to know what is wrong with their baby right now while they are pregnant. Gone are the days where directly patient used to come 8-9 months, doctor pe just khali delivery kar do. Right today, right from day one of this, you do scans, you detect problems. There are various things which you follow throughout the pregnancy. So I would say infertility, normal routine, even if you are routine obstetrics, that's going to be relevant throughout, even 10 years down the line.
Sir, as you know, NEET PG, result has just come up and students have a lot of queries regarding OBS-GYN as a branch. Let's talk about that now. So what is the kind of student personality would you say is best suited for being an OBS-GYN specialist?
Hard work. Absolutely. The residency is going to be struggle. I had lost 10 kilos in residency. I was 75, I became 65. And that's what I was just speaking to one more doctor also. He had taken guidance from me and he had taken OBGYN. I said, sir, I have also lost 10 kilos. So absolute hard work, who's ready, compassion. Because it's, as I said, this field requires lot of empathy, lot of compassion. And most important is the interest. If you are not interested in OBGYN, the 3 years of residency are going to be hell. I had a doctor, very interesting story. He was my junior. He took up OBGYN. Mother was a gynac. Father was a gynac. To force, okay, you become a gynac setup ready, a gynac ban jao. He was so miserable. 6 months down the line, he left. He changed the branch, became a radiologist, and he's so happy. And I refer him patients and he does scans for majority of my patients and he's really happy. So if interest is not there, just because your parent is a gynac or a setup is ready, and if you don't like OBGYN, please don't take it. So I would say interest is number one. Of course, lot of hard work, just the donkey's work. It's a brutal residency and hard work and compassion and dedication. These are there. It's a wonderful branch. Don't too much think about future. You will do well.
So have you seen female doctors taking OBS-GYN forcefully just because they got a good rank and everybody says, okay, ye branch aapke liye hai, take OBS-GYN?
Yes, that's what I said. Okay, there are cases, not only female, even male doctors. There are cases, absolutely correct. Okay, bhai, this is a branch. And the other thing is that it does not go so much high. Of course, you require a good rank. But just radiology, dermatology, how you require very good ranks. Those are the top. So OBGYN is somewhere in the mid one. It's obviously not. So if those students who are in the rank of 5,000, 10,000, कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है, तो मैं OBGYN ले लेता हूँ, ऐसा मत करना. That's my message. I'm not getting anything, just let me take OBGYN. No, don't do that. Then it's going to be difficult for you. It's going to be difficult for your because the branch is going to remain with you lifelong. So it's not really worth it doing it.
So I think that's one of the the most obvious questions from every audience, that between branch and college, what should we choose?
No doubt about it. Absolutely branch. See, I'll be very frank. Now today I have done gynecology from one of the best in Bombay, one of the best in India, said GS Medical College. Patient comes to me, he's not going to ask me, sir, aapne kahan se kiya tha? So yes, AIMS Delhi might be very good, GS Medical College, all the way, but it hardly matters. Once you are into practice, your clinical skill, your acumen is going to be there. Branch will remain with you lifelong. So please, if you're not getting your dream branch, it is a dream college, it is okay. Dream college nahi mil raha hai, take your second choice, third choice, get into any college. Getting a PG degree is more important. You can always develop the skills. Of course, it should be a good institute. But branch, as I said, number 1, number 2, number 3, make sure and you be that, because branch will remain with you lifelong. Once you are in it, coming out, changing, difficult and lifelong, फिर पछतावा होता रहता है. Why did I do that? Please don't do that.
Sir, how would you describe the difference between अपना MS-OBG, DNB and DGO?
So see, frankly, as I said, once you are in private practice, nothing matters. So today, a DNB doctor might be doing extremely well, a MS Gynec may not be doing so much well. So in your private practice, I'll explain to that. In my private practice, nothing matters. Once you are into practice and if you are good, whether you are a DGO or a MS or DNB, it's going to work well for you. But MS passing is extremely high and easy. DNB, I'd given MS and I'd given DNB also. And the sad part is that DNB, there are 6 students for practicals. They'll say pass only 1 or 2 or 3. And जो already MS वाले हैं, उनको DNB में कभी fail नहीं करते हैं. So DNB passing is very difficult. Now it's improving, but still you might tend to lose 1 or 2 years. Of course, institute will also matter. So DNB passing rate, that's why many students tell me, sir, I'm getting DNB, can I take a drop here? I said choose about this. Because abhi baad mein 1 or 2 years waste hoga. Right now, otherwise, if it's your first attempt, take a break, give one more attempt, get a better MS or MD. So that's one thing. Second thing is, again, in private corporate setup, I don't think DNB, MD, of course, DNB and MD will be given preference over a DGO. That's one thing. Medical college. Let us be very frank and a little bit, you can say sad also, okay, it is the thing, but there is a bias. Okay, if there are 2 candidates, I'm talking of a government medical college, where you want to become your lecturer, professor, head of the unit, so wahan pe, if there are 2 candidates appearing for the interview, I know DNB and MS are equally good and they are equal and they should be considered equal. But there is a bias and a medical college will always prefer a MD, MS candidate over a DNB candidate. So this is what is very simple. So if you are wanting to, as I said, practice, nothing matters. You are good in your practice, whether you are DNB, DGO, MD, it is good for you. If your target is I don't want to do a private practice, but I want to enter a medical college and become a lecturer, professor, associate professor, then definitely MD, MS has an edge over DNB.
I've heard from many people that corporate hospitals are now preferring DNB over MD, MS.
No, I don't think so. Corporate is all, frankly, it's a I would say little bit sad part of medicine or the grey side of medicine that corporates are mainly wanting the final thing ke bhai money. All. So there, whichever doctor is good, they are going to capture that doctor and bring them to their institute.
And what about DGO, so the diploma part?
Diploma part, again, as I said, absolutely no problem. If your institute is good, you have a good training, DGO is good. After DGO, again, you can try secondary DNB. All that avenues are available for the students. Only DGO, sometimes you feel, as I said, again, corporates may difficult to get into the attachment. And again, for professors and lecturer post might be difficult, absolutely.
So basically, after DGO and secondary DNB, we cannot call it equivalent to MS or DNB.
It is actually, but there is a bias, which is a long set bias, जो बरसों से चला आ रहा है कि ओ ये DGO है, DNB है, तो थोड़ा सा, people are slightly, that bias is there, which I feel should not be there because that person is also given 2 + 2, 4 years, maybe equally competent. So frankly, it should not be there. But some of our government colleges and our medical colleges do have that kind of a bias is still there.
I can understand that because these are the questions that were coming from our students. He says, if I do that, will it be equivalent? And I think my answer is pretty much the same, that people have that kind of mindset. It is equivalent, but people do not consider it equivalent.
Yeah.
So if you have to list down the top 5 colleges across the country, not including the central universities and institutes, top 5 colleges for MS OBGYN.
See, my advice will be, I'll give you the list, but please understand, as I said, it's a very heavy branch. And I would say stay close to your home. So for a student who is in Bombay, traveling to Delhi because the college is 5%, 10% better really does not make sense. Vice versa. Delhi ka student Bombay aayega because it's going to be very heavy. I used to, because first 1 year is very difficult. As I said, people lose weight, they sleepless nights. So whenever you get time, stay close to, even if I used to get 6 hours. In that 6 hours, I used to go home. Just sit, spend time with parents, friends, family, and again come back and join the duty in the night. So that is very important. Stay close to your home. and stay close to your house. If you are getting a college, that would be it. Otherwise, then if you tell me, of course, AIMS, PGI Chandigarh, JIPMER is very good, CMC Vellore, GS Medical College Mumbai, LTMC Mumbai. These are really very good institutes. BJ Medical Pune, Ahmedabad. These are good for MS.
And what about sir, top 5 for DNB?
For DNB, again, please, you have to be very careful that if it's a complete corporate setup, avoid that. The reason being, you might not get that much hands-on exposure. So then in such cases, as I said, the municipality hospital, like as I said, that in Mumbai, Cooper Hospital is there, Rajawadi, sometimes even Gangaram. So where there is a lot, or missionary hospitals, or where say like Jubilee Hospital. So all this place where there's a good enough of work and you get very good thing. Dinath Mangeshkar is there in Pune. So all these are really good one. Rajiv Gandhi Kalwa, where there's a good amount of balanced work and you get lot of exposure and you are as competent as a MS person coming out of once your residency is over.
Sir, if a student wants to, know about that college, how he or she should go about it?
I tell everybody, the best thing is a person who has already done it. So even now, somebody tells me, see, this is the historical list based on so many years. This will be changing. So I tell them, go and speak to the resident over there. That's the best thing. If I'm planning to say XYZ GS Medical College, OBGY, go to the college. Residents are going to be helpful. They will, if they find time, they will guide you. How has been their journey so far? How is the department? How is the exposure? Because see, it's a surgical branch also. Please understand, as you said, medicine. You see 5 patients of jaundice or 7, hardly matters. But in this, I do 5 hysterectomies or 10 or 5 cesareans and 10, your skill matters. So surgical branch mein specifically workload, patient load, whether do you get a free hand. Certain hospitals, the residents don't get enough of surgical practice. So in such cases, then again, you are stuck up. So the best thing, of course, do your survey, meet the person who is not only first year, second year, final year also. Because in certain places, first year, thoda sa exposure is less. It's like a glorified intern, as they would say. So he's doing blood collection, he's collecting, putting IV lines, cannulas. But as moment you enter a second year, juniors are under you, then you got lot of work exposure second year. So best thing is to first year, second year, third year, 3 residents से बात कर लो. How is it? They'll absolutely give you पूरा black and white of the whole department. Yes, no, your answer will be clear.
Sir, what about the super specialty opportunities in this field?
So we have got 2 options. If obviously after your MS, if you want to put in another year, another study and another effort and all that, then NEET Super Specialty today is available, where you have options of infertility or gynecology. All these are there. But suppose if you are not wanting to do a SS, or as you said, that MCH or super specialty, then lots of fellowships are available. It's also equally, I would not say equally, but good enough. So there are fellowships today available in fetal medicine, fellowships in radiology scannings, fellowship in IVF, infertility, endoscopic fellowship. All this, you may not want to do everything. Don't do everything. Just 1 or 2 which you like, do. It's going to add and help you in your private practice.
So do you firmly believe that today, looking at the current generation, current atmosphere, doing super specialty in the form of a SS course or a fellowship, is it compulsory for an MS OB-GYN?
No, I don't think so. Frankly, I don't think so. Hai to okay, majority are not. See, MD medicine is a different thing. Let's compare, because MD medicine in general and then there's DM medicine, lots of difference, because there's so much this one. Here at MS level also, you have been given lot of training. So the residency is good most of the places. MS, OB-GYN, majority, all my senior, all my bosses, they are everybody, you get in lot of exposure, competency, so it's good enough. Obviously, if you get SS, it is good. Like, see, frankly speaking, like if I have a case, say, which is a oncology, then I would always involve an oncosurgeon. So a person who has already done oncology mein super specialty, he can handle the case alone. So here you might require someone's help, but that's absolutely fine. You should do best what is available for the patient. So super specialty in OB-GYN, not in fact, I would say it is one of the things where it's like an endpoint branch, we can say. We can say it's an endpoint branch. Even though SS is available, it's one of the places where if MS OB-GYN covers a lot of things.
So I'll ask you the favorite question of our podcast. So what is the earning potential for an OB-GYN specialist just after completing SRship, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line? So
see, touch wood, when we were doing residency, my stipend would have been 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. But now things are changing. So right now also, when you are doing residency at places, there are stipends which are 80,000, 90,000. Immediately after going into SS or say what you call the fourth year resident, hota hai, easily between 75,000 to 1 lakh. Slightly more senior, this I'm talking of obviously per month. Slightly more senior lecturers can get anywhere between 1 to 1.25. And of course, 4-5 years down the line, when you're assistant professor, it can go to 1.5 to 2 and around 2 lakhs. But this is, as I said, is only of the fixed jo hota hai. Private practice, sky is the limit. Absolutely sky is the limit. Infertility, sky is the limit. I'm just giving a obviously just a vague number. A doctor would charge anywhere between, I've seen 50,000 to 2 lakhs for a delivery. Absolutely. Patients are, and hospital bill alag. So somewhere between 30,000, I'm just giving examples depending on which patient, which kind of patient, class of patient, hospital, whatever, 40,000 to 2 lakhs. Now, if you imagine a doctor is doing 2 to 3 deliveries I'm just saying 2 to 3 deliveries in a month, that comes to 8 to 10 lakhs in a month. You calculate. This is just, I said, only deliveries. There'll be lots of other things, like there'll be other surgeries, other antenatal patients would be there, scannings, other things, IVF cycles. I just gave one basic example. So it's a touchwood. It's a very responsive. You have to be very responsible, like any other doctors. Over precautious, extra careful. But yes, earning potential is a touchwood very good in this branch.
So do you know anyone from your field who has crossed the figure of 1 crore per month?
Definitely, I know few doctors in Bombay. Would be, I'm sure, definitely.
Do you do private practice or
Private practice. Corporate would not give you. Corporate will be like, they'll give you a fixed salary. There may be some incentive numbers, 10, 15, 20. But private practice absolutely may be possible.
Super. So what would be your advice to a new JR1 entering his or her residency?
There's a very famous quote which I would like to use over here. The more you sweat in peace, the rest you bleed in war. This is absolutely true for any residency, specifically for OBGYN. So when you have entered, sab bhul jao. Like I entered the medical college, the residency, 7 days to I had not slept. First 7 days, what is happening, only completely disoriented. Kya ho raha hai, kuch pata nahi hai. So be ready for a rigorous work. But I said it's only for the first year. Of course, once the junior comes under you, life becomes thoda sa settled. Then you are much at peace. Second year, third year is pretty comfortable. First 1 year is a slog. So the person, as I said, be very sincere in your work. You will feel like giving up. Don't give up. Think of the final goal. Don't give up. Why you started, why you took this branch. You have taken it by choice, and why you have taken it, constantly keep on reminding yourself. So there's going to be, like I will tell you, our schedule during residency, Wednesday night we used to have Thursday we used to have the OPDs. So Wednesday, say, that preparation starts. Thursday you wake up in the morning. Thursday OPD, then after OPD admissions, then induction, night duty, Friday whole emergency, Saturday night, we used to get ab thoda sa breather mila. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 72 hours at a stretch. Everybody used to work. So the absolute advice is that yes, life is difficult in the first year. And I repeat, I'm not scaring anybody. It's a super branch. Please take it. Do everything. Lots of things to learn. Because please understand, residency, there's no fixed thing. A doctor, when he passes out, has to do so much things. He has to see so many. What you see, it's a hands-on thing. So every patient will teach you something. One case will become complicated. You will learn from complication. You learn from your seniors' complication. Learn from your own mistakes, complication. Try to do best for the patient. This is what it is. So JR1 planning residency over here. First year is going to be tough. Prepare for weight loss. Prepare for sleepless nights. But things will settle down when you have juniors under you. And second year, third year is good. Passing rate is touchwood very high. Good. And you will get time to study also towards the end. And side by side, things have to move on.
So considering all the factors, don't you think OBGYN is a very toxic branch? I mean, JR1 is not able to sleep for 7 days and everybody is considering it normal. And of course, they are superbly overworked. You have to do 48 hours of duty and everything. What is your opinion regarding this?
Yeah, so as I said, this is again, absolutely, we are not glorifying it. Unfortunate. But things are becoming better. Because now that are coming that we will have fixed residency hours. So things are changing. Hamare time pe jo tha aisa nahi hai. So there are fixed, there are duties, there are rotations. That is what we call rotation. So one person will manage for 24 hours, he will go, next will come in. So things are becoming better. And it is a lot of hard work. But that is how you learn. It is like there's no gain without pain. So deliveries, episiotomies, minor surgeries, major surgeries, step by step, everything you learn. So yes, it is, I would not say toxic, that here where the work environment and work ethics become very important. How your seniors are. If your seniors are toxic word, then yes, life can be hell. Your bosses. So luckily we had very nice bosses. They used to take care. First thing in the round, breakfast हुआ है क्या? खाना खाया है क्या? रात को किसने सोया है? कितना क्या? The boss used to come and ask. That is what we, and that's a compassion. That's saying my resident should be well rested, well fed. So there was always, after our rounds, everybody used to go for a breakfast. All patients, you say, some other person will manage for that sometime, half an hour, 1 hour breakfast with the bosses, everything, what happened, how was the emergency yesterday, what happened, what all we did, how things work. And really it was good. I think majority places do follow this kind of work culture, and things are becoming much easier compared to what I was doing. I'm talking of 2003, 4, 20 years down, and things have become much streamlined. So, I would not say toxic, but it is, because it's going to be a shared work, things are becoming much better now.
So do you think this is a good idea of government introducing fixed working hours for residents?
Again, as I said, everything has its pros and cons. In a way, for your mental and physical health, fixed hours is good. But then if during my duty, some things are there, and next duty there are some other complications or other thing, then you will miss out. So as I said, everything has its advantage, disadvantage, because I do a duty. So I'm just giving an example, like 9 to 9, I did a duty and I went and slept. Raat ko a patient of eclampsia comes. I will miss that management. What actually happened? How was it managed? Raat ko a patient of PPH came in. What was done? How was it? How was the life patient saved? What was done? What all things were done? So ये आपका miss out हो जाएगा. So fixed working hours का definitely mental health, physical health के लिए it is a good thing. But then you tend to miss out, but then it's okay. You will somehow learn things throughout because it's 3 years time. So एक आध कुछ miss हो गया, you can. And then it also depends on the student interest. Nobody's going to say, don't. Even if your duty is over, you want to attend, they're more than happy.
But वही बात आती है ना सर कि that an overworked resident can lead to more human mistakes.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I said. So it's good from the mental and physical point of view. Fixed working hours is a good thing, which many foreign countries have it. And unfortunately, India में बहुत साल से नहीं था. If it's happening, it's really good.
Which the top 3 procedures you would say that a student must master in his or her own residency time?
Very basic things. Obviously, the art of vaginal, as a vaginal delivery is an art. It's a dying art now. So art, instrumental, forceps, vacuum, you should be very good at that because it's considered part of a like operative work only. That you should do very well because it's going to really help you. Of course, the cesarean section is a basic necessity. And then advanced surgeries like your hysterectomies, and nowadays we do it with laparoscopy. So these are the things which, these are the basic things which a doctor should know. Of course, other surgeries and all that, know it's good. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of exposure for doing minor surgeries like a DNC and a MTP, all that the doctor will learn anyway during his residency.
So what would you say is a basic difference between residency training in a government hospital, government college and a private college?
Significant. Okay, again, as I said, it depends on the workload. See what happens in a corporate setup or a private. Again, if it's a private, but I would just give a private, all is not bad. If in private, the residents are given a free hand. Because see, here you are learning. So, government mein you get lots of exposure. Private mein might be less. But if it's a corporate thing, that a DNB, it is unfortunate thoda sa because then there are all patients who expect the consultants to be there round the clock. Then you are just working like a glorified intern. Your job is just to take the history, inform the bosses. Then you don't learn so much. So that would then definitely stay with you, and then you might have to do a good after such things. Then there is a solution to it. There are people who have not got so much in their residency. Then they do a senior post jo bolte hain, like a 4th year resident or post surgery, post MS jo residency post bolte hain. There you please take it at a place where there's lot of exposure and lot of free hand so that you develop your skills and you develop a confidence.
And if I just have to talk about, just random thing, that a training difference between a DNB resident and a MS resident.
As I said, again, it is not much. It will mainly depend on the institute where you are doing. So a DNB student also, if the institute is good, would be having the same amount of exposure. He'll be learning deliveries, surgeries, hysterectomies, and same MS also. The overall in residency, there's no fixed syllabus. It is what you learn in those 3 years is going to remain with you lifelong. So there's no fixed syllabus. Whatever comes, learn, gain from it, move on to the next patient.
Sir, MS OB-GYN still has academics attached to it, but a DNB resident is devoid of it. So how should a DNB resident manage his duties manages academics?
No, so in fact, it is both ways. Academics are improving. In fact, when we had hardly any academics, it's all clinical. But now there are journal readings. There is specifically cases are taken. There are lots of before the exams. There's lot of postgraduate training programs, which all the different institutes cover. So these kind of thing, academics are coming up, and many institutes are giving a good amount of academics also to their students. Of course, time. Time is the main factor. Time ही नहीं मिलेगा तो कितना academics हो पाएगा. So time is a major issue in getting a training program of academics get involved in this field.
What would you say is the best place to do SRship in our country?
Again, I said SRship, all these institutes, whether it's PGI Chandigarh, say GS Medical College, CMC Vellore, anywhere where there's lot of exposure, where you and thoda sa SRship you have free hand because you have done your MS, already you have a degree in hand. So even seniors are there slightly and you are considered like a senior. So it's in all these places where there's enough exposure is a good place to do it.
So let's talk about the job opportunities and private practice in this field. What would you say is the job opportunity in the field of IVF currently?
IVF, as I said, excellent. It is, I would not say upcoming, already it is one of the leading things. Infertility is rising and lots of IVF centers are coming up, lots of doctors will be required, and it is one of the good fields and one of the good thing to have a subspecialty under you. IVF, lots of opportunities. I would say 10 on 10.
So you are running your own private practice, all right. So if I ask you, what is the minimum space, capital required to set up your own clinical practice? What would that number be?
See, here one thing. When you pass MS or MD, do not take this is a mistake that people directly want to invest heavily. Focus on skill development, focus on enhancing your skills. So even when I passed out for the first 5, 6, 7, 8 years, we were doing a practice at a rental setup. So your overheads, EMI is less, built up a patient database. And then when we had a good amount of database, we had good clinical practice, touchwood practice doing well, then I invested and got a place. So if a basic OPD setup, even a 200 square feet to 300 square feet is very good. 550 square feet is 500 to 1000 is a luxury, where you can easily have one examination room, one NST room, one decent waiting area, one scan sonography machine. Anywhere between 300 to 1000 is very good. If you have other doctors coming in also. So this is the kind of course, the amount will depend on which city you are. Mumbai mein per square feet rates are so high, another city would be lesser. If you are, so this is why I said for the setup of only OPD. But as you know, OBGYN requires hospitalization. So obviously hospital setup. So hospital setup is a totally different ball game where it's really difficult to have your own hospital because the legalities, the permission, the kind of safety, fire safety, lift safety, water safety, all that. So that is really a difficult thing to set up your own hospital. It will take lots of crores, lot of your hard work, and then your full focus is on how do I sustain it, how do I make it profitable, and how do I manage the legal hassles of it. So having a good, nice clinic of your own should be the target. Get attached to good hospitals where you can always use their facilities for admitting the patients and doing the deliveries and surgeries.
And the question that every young practitioner thinks about it is that how much time should they devote to maybe a job after SRship, or should they immediately open up their practice immediately after SRship?
See, private practice is one word. You need to have lot of patience before the patients. So patience is the key. Directly on day one, when I start my clinic, don't expect the patients to walk in. So side by side, start early. Don't wait for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. 1 or 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, start early. Because first 2, 3 years, anyway, every doctor is like called the incubation period. So day one se patients nahi aane wale hain. Dheere dheere, try to join a reputed gynecologist or a busy gynecologist. You can do, like how I also assisted one of the topmost gynecologists in Bombay, Dr. Noza Sheriar. I worked with him for 2 to 3 years. That gave me the nuances of clinical practice, dealing with the patient, communication skills, because unfortunately these are not taught to us during residency. In residency, communication skills are absolutely lacking. The target is just to see the patient, take it like ये है, चलो finish it, next project. So art of communication, art of consultation. That's why it's called medical consultation. Patient is walking into me, walking into the clinic. I need to explain to them how is it, what is the problem, detailed. Private अपना residency में 2-3 minutes you're seeing one, हाँ चलो next. That's not how the private practice will work. More time you give to the patient is going to be happy. One patient will bring you 10 more patients. That is the rule. So exponential rise in practice will happen. Have lots of patients, do good. Starting when there will be less patients, give lot of time to the patients, answer their queries. One good patient, you do a good successful delivery, that will tell 10 other patients, ये doctor के पास जाओ, इसने मेरा अच्छा किया है. That is how the database will, that is how your will increase, the practice will increase. So start early, focus should be enhancing your skills. Do SRship, get 2-3 good skills under your hand. Decide where you want to do. Do I want to do general OB-GYN? Do I want to do IVF? Soch lo and start early, because there is going to be incubation period, and have lots of patience and faith in your abilities. That is what is very much important. You will feel it's not working, nahi ho raha hai. Things will happen. Keep on knocking at the door. Ultimately, door will open up. And then it's going to be a big exponential rise.
Absolutely. So what are the real growth opportunities in a corporate hospital?
See, again, corporate hospital, as I said, ke opportunity is there, but frankly, I would say to a certain extent, it's going to be limited. What you can, if you're a full-timer, if you're full in the corporate, full-time agar aap corporate mein hai, it will give you a good umbrella, it will give you a good secure job, salary. But then finally, corporates are going to be after you till the time you are getting them patients, or till the time you are helping them earn. So opportunity is of course good. It's a good thing, because then you are the pressure to earn is not so much, but the pressure to generate patients is there. So that is a sad part, but yes, it is.
What are the global opportunities in this field?
So again, absolutely. If you get from India your degrees, you can try PLAB and go to or RCOG is there, which is in UK, and then I've got colleagues who have migrated to UK forever. There's an opportunity. Absolutely, Australia is good, and for women, even Gulf and Southeast, Dubai. So I have got female. Obviously, over there, male gynecologists are not allowed to practice. So I've got a lot of female my friends and colleagues who have gone over there in Dubai, UAE, doing very well. So global opportunities there in almost all the countries.
So there's a lot of pressure on young doctors when they start their own private practice or setup. They are not, they are not able to manage the finances, because at the end of the day, you are alone. All right, you have to manage everything, whether it's compounder salary, whether it's the rental thing or anything. What would be your advice to them?
Yeah, very, very important thing. What mistake we make now, we have to understand. Doctors the growth starts late. Please keep this in mind. 18 years you enter, 28, 30, you start earning 30, 23. So what mistakes, and you are comparing with your MBA friends, you're comparing with your engineer friends. Unka job lag gaya hai, they are earning 3 lakhs a month, 4 lakhs a month. Don't compare yourself. This is a marathon. Difference is they are running a 100-meter race, doctor is running a marathon. ये चीज अगर आपके दिमाग में है, so immediately when you come out, don't make a huge investment. Don't take a lot of, because then the burden, then the whole pressure is on how will I pay my EMI? How will I pay my rents? So that pressure then may lead to a doctor doing sometimes, even I will not say many, but then some thoda malpractices ho gaya, involving in practice, all that. So don't do too much investment. Start with a basic setup, start with a rental place, build a focus on getting patients' trust and getting patients. And once you have got a good amount of database, then invest. Then go for a place of your own, and then you can take care. Now I will be able to manage this much loans and then EMI. That will give your pressure under control. Financial literacy, very important. Even I sometimes struggle. So I need to take help of my relatives, cousins, help me out. So you people used to do FD, and then you end up paying 30% tax. So now there are mutual funds. So start saving, small investments. So financial literacy, I feel, should be taught to all doctors, which we are really bad at. So CA, taxation and finances, there are conferences specifically arranged for doctors, and which we all should attend, so that we learn. Because we are so much into patient cure and patient well-being that we don't know all these parts. So this is really important for all doctors to know how the taxation works, how the financial security, and doctors should understand, as you said, कि just a resident just come out. There's a difference between income, steady income and wealth. Your job, your target is wealth creation. That's why it's a marathon. आप मान के चलो कि स्लो दौड़ना है, लंबा एंड में आपका टचवुड इफ यू डू वेल योर अर्निंग विल हैपन, योर अर्निंग विल फॉलो, यू विल बी मच हायर देन एनी ऑफ योर इंजीनियरिंग, बिकॉज उनका एक लिमिट होता है. इंजीनियर MBA से कहीं ज़्यादा डॉक्टर विल डेफिनेटली अर्न एनी डे, बट स्लो है, इट्स गोइंग टू बी एक्सपोनेंशियल प्रैक्टिस. सो बेसिकली यू नो व्हाट हैपेंस, ही हैज़ डन हैवी रेसिडेंसी, he come out, he wants to reward himself. He will immediately buy iPhone on EMI. Mistake. He'll immediately buy a car. कि चलो अभी डॉक्टर बन गए, MS हो गया. No, hold on, because I said that EMI pressure is going to unnecessarily bother you. Focus on, instead of that money, put that money in doing a fellowship. It'll really get you 10 times more. So skill development, enhancing the patient base, then invest and then take that calculated financial risk.
So many a times I have seen doctors, totally immerse themselves in their work because, they're looking for more money, more power, and they tend to ignore the work-life balance. What is your tips to them how to maintain a very healthy work-life balance?
Absolutely. Finally, there you see so many doctors dying young, MI, burnout phenomenon. Absolutely true है. Because there's no limit. आप earn का कोई limit नहीं है. How much? So satisfaction is more important, and absolutely you should have a work-life balance and take regular holidays, go on breaks, and that time also, as I said, doctors, like your colleagues are going to help you out. So when I'm on a holiday, my colleagues are there. I know, of course, my phone is on all the time, but I can still guide them, Baba, in this place, my so-and-so doctor is taking place. So please take holidays, break regular intervals with your friends, with your families, chill out. It's not a rat race. It's not I earned this much, he earned this much. Be happy in what you are doing. Do best for the patient. That is good. So even I tell my patients that it has happened that in a year, like when I was on a holiday, patient went into labor, something anytime. So in a year, you end up missing out. I try to make sure that I'm there for almost all the deliveries of my patients. But एक delivery तो कभी छूट जाता है. So I tell the patient on day one only or when I'm going on holiday, see, you are not likely to go in labor. I will be back on time. But suppose if some preterm labor, this is a number, this doctor is available, he or she is my colleague, equally competent, you will be, just reach this hospital, you will be taken care of. So keep a locum doctor or keep a good colleague of yours to manage your practice when you're not there, and take regular breaks and enjoy.
So if I just talk about risk mitigation here, malpractice suits are right over in the most rising stages.
Absolutely.
And OBGYN is one of the, the only field which is handling 2 lives at one go.
Absolutely, yes.
Sir, how does a doctor how does a doctor protect himself or herself in such a scenario?
So this I have learned from day one of my practice. Today, single doctor, never. Group practice. For me, my assistant doctor, when I say assistant, he or she is a qualified MS Gynac. That person will be there with me, because any simple case can become complicated anytime. And then you're alone and suddenly PPH, anything, there's a lot of panic. So take all the safety precautions. Reserve a blood, good setup. There are cases where the baby has been delivered and baby has some problem and pediatrician was not there. And the case was done. And doctor lost the case. That why was the pediatrician or a neonatologist not available? So don't take any shortcuts. You might earn something less. That's fine. So I will pay some percentage of my earning, 5, 10%, 20% to my assistant surgeon. That is okay. But when he or she is there, I am relaxed. कि भाई हम 2 लोग हैं. कुछ complication होगा, manage हो जाएगा. So the pitfalls which people are doing, that I will want to do everything. No. Do a delivery in a good setup. Hospital should be good. Let all the facilities be there. You might not use. वो फिल्मों की तरह suddenly बाद में जब delivery हो रहा है, husband को जाके जाओ blood खून लेके आ जाओ दूसरे hospital से, वो ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. So blood should be reserved for all complicated cases or places where I anticipate blood loss. I might not use it is another thing. So for all my cases, blood will be there. So blood bank has to be there. Whether I use it or not, separately. Similarly, imagine a situation where a baby is born, have some complication, NICU is not there, The baby is transferred in an ambulance to another hospital. मदर एक हॉस्पिटल में, बेबी एक हॉस्पिटल में, फादर बीच में लटक गया. सो ये सब चीज मत करो. Yes, this is ideal practice. This may not be possible at all places. I agree that it's a good setup, Bombay. But wherever possible, please involve team practice. Group practice is the key. You have to have group practice. And most important is two things: communication skill. Today, many doctors are lacking, and I said we should have separate. It's a skill development. How to break the bad news, what all complications are happening, medical legal cases are rising, so you have to have constant communication with the patient, consent, documentation. That's really going to protect you. Okay, by all these things I explained to the patient, we had advised this, patient did not follow, then you are safe. So obviously, many times I've seen, I'll just give an example, doctor has done a MTP at a center, the center is not recognized. Doctor is qualified, but the center is not recognized. It's a crime. You unless you land up in trouble. तो क्यों करना है? Do at a place which is a proper family planning operation कर दिया, वो center recognized नहीं है. Unnecessary complication. Something goes wrong with the patient, you are in a big problem. Why did you do a surgery at a place which was not certified? So take all this thing. This is very important for all the junior doctors coming into practice. My message would be group practice, consent, documentation, skill development, and constant communication with the patient, and make sure where you are practicing. Absolute safe practice is the word, is the key.
Great, sir. So what is your final advice to a NEET PG aspirant, basically not an aspirant anymore, a person who's got a great score, a great result, and is now just confused between, let's suppose, medicine, radio, and obs-gynae?
So as I said before also, if you love OBGY, then only take it. Please don't take it. If you want relaxation, fixed working hours, go for radiology. But many think that treatment, but radiology ka, many people say, doctor, that I'm doing a scan, going away, but that's it. Patient will never come back to me. That treatment satisfaction, I treated something, cure kiya patient ko, that is not going to be better in radiology. So if you love it, if you are ready to struggle and spend 2 years, 3 years rigorously well, and if it's going to, because it should not become like a burden. In the middle of a night, if I get a call, arey yaar, ye kyun call aaya? That's not that. So today also my patients tell me, if I'm sleeping and there's a patient, 2 rings, my ear is so much trained, 3rd ring nahi bajega. 2 ring pe main phone uthata hu, raat ko bhi in the deep of the sleep. That's how I've been trained from the residency. Phone baja to uthana hai. So if that is going to be, why did this call happen? Why did I get this emergency? Then don't do it. But luckily, as I said, the good thing is that everybody may not have to go through this. Today, I've got my lots of colleagues and friends. See, this emergency branch is mainly with obstetrics only. Let's understand. Today, after residency, you might just want to do IVF, and it's like a corporate 9 to 5 job. You do IVF between 9 to 5, no emergency, hardly any emergency, very good. So there are people who do that. Fetal medicine, hardly any emergency. So जो emergency जो obstetrics का है, the OBGY branch का, कि heavy branch, hectic branch, that is only because of purely obstetrics. You can do gynec elective. I have got my colleagues who don't do deliveries at all. Patient का पूरा care करेंगे, infertility, delivery, they send to some other doctor. Not my headache. So you can do that. So you can decide that after my 3 years of residency, I'll do only IVF. Very good. Do that. 9 to 5 job, no stress. No stress of emergency. Of course, stress is always going to be there. But you will be having like fixed working hours, hardly any emergencies, all that kind. So that later on you can decide. It's not that it's always hectic. We go on holidays, we enjoy. We have a lot of fun and parties. And once the patient is taken care of, there is life to enjoy.
Sir, if you have to list down 5 specialties, not just OB-GYN, all around, 5 specialties which will have the brightest future in the upcoming 10 years. And you have to list down कि, for example, medicine में neuro या nephro ऐसे करके, तो 5 specialties you think will have the brightest future in the top 10 years, in upcoming 10 years.
One of the branches, dermatology definitely, because a lot of cosmetic products. So dermat is definitely lots of things to do. And even it's a pure dermat. My wife is a pure dermat. She does not do cosmetic work. So dermatology, because skin problems, people want to look good, people want to feel good. Interventional radiology. They are saying that AI will replace radiology. I don't think, but interventional radiology is very good. Robotic surgeries are coming up. Medicine mein again, people are lots of stress, young infarcts. So interventional cardiologist, I think they are going to increase. Oncology, sad but true. Cancers are rising. People are getting cancers without reason. So oncology is again going to do well, both medical and surgical branches of oncology.
So the last question would be, So what is the one mistake do you think that all students, whether NEET PG or FMG, are making in their academic preparation?
So the advice would be for both FMG, NEET PG, you need to start early. Focus on concepts. It's a concept-based exam. So people are starting their preparation very late. They are not focusing on studies for 3, 4, 5 years. And then when you come to India, you want to do 18, 19 subjects in limited time. So start early. Even NEET PG. Directly they want to, sir, MCQs. No, focus on concepts. It's a concept-based exam. More strong your concepts are, easily you will do well. FMG also, I feel the exam is becoming very tough nowadays, so they need to be early. Starting the preparation, that is one advice which I would give them, and focusing on core concepts. One very important point. Today, lot of, I feel the anxiety for the student is also there is no streamlined process. Like how for NEET uses a fixed date. हमारा NEET PG का date fixed क्यों नहीं होता है? Student को आप एक साल पहले, every year court case, it really frustrates me. We used to have, remember, you will be knowing, exam used to be fixed January. Jan, second week, second Sunday exam है, पहले से एक साल, 2 साल पहले से पता है. Jan का मार्च हो गया, मार्च का अप्रैल में हो गया, लास्ट 2 साल से एक दिन पहले exam August. So this is creating a lot of anxiety. Why? I really feel sad that doctors, the future of our country, we have to go for court case, single shift, double shift. Why should there be a court case? Now next year, please announce the date now. If exam will be in June. Doctor knows when to prepare, how much time is going to get to preparation. Second thing, motivation. Student, sir, हमको motivate कर दो. अरे भाई कितना motivation चाहिए? एक ही answer है मेरा. The students are literally say it is like a waste of time. Morning, they want motivation. Evening motivation, night motivation. I will motivate all of you just in one word. एक word अगर आपका answer है, do you want a NEET PG seat? If your answer is yes, that's it. You don't need any other motivation. Do you want to clear FMG? If the answer is yes, you don't need any other motivation. So please focus on studies. Start early. Concept build करेंगे. Concept पे focus करोगे. बाकी what is not in your hands, you can't do it. And I request that there should be a streamlined process so that we know when the exams are, students know, and they can start their preparation in time.
Thank you so much, sir, for your very wise words, a very insightful discussion. But the podcast does not end here. We have some spicy rapid fire questions for you. Sir, only very simple 2 rules. You have to be super spontaneous and super truthful. All right. So what's your favorite vacation spot?
Switzerland.
Your inspiration in life?
I'll name 2. Shah Rukh Khan, Dr. Nozar Shehryar.
Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan, mine too. Amazing, man. The last series you watched?
I've started watching Saare Jahan Se Acha and just finished Big Bang Theory again.
What's the first app you open in the morning?
The My OG Guru app, because I need to see the students' responses, what they're asking me, so I need to open that app the first thing in the morning.
What's the most expensive thing that you've ever bought?
So the most expensive thing I would say is my home in Mumbai. It's a high-rise 25th floor. That would be the most expensive purchase I would have made.
मुंबई में घर आया होगा. ये शाहरुख खान लेवल बात है दोस्तों.
नहीं.
Mumbai property is crazy. Weekend at home or weekend away?
Weekend away, but with family and friends.
All right, sir. With this, we come to an end. Thank you so much for such wise words, such an insightful discussion. It really means a lot. You have opened, you have dissected OB-GYN completely. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you for having me. Really pleasure. It was a big pleasure was absolutely mine. Thank you for having me here. Thank you very much.
And thank you guys for watching today's show. I believe everything that you had in your mind regarding NEET PG counseling, OB-GYN future, sub-branches, whether this branch will hold some potential in the upcoming 10 years, every question has been answered in very, I would say, raw words by Dr. Punit Bhojani, sir. So let's give him a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, sir, for being a part of our show. And who do you want the next guest to be? Do not forget to put that in the comment section. And again, before going, like, share and subscribe. ऐसे ही लगे रहो. You will get the best branch. You have made it finally. Thank you so much and God bless you.